22 years, nearly 200,000 hours. The morning the world called him an overnight success, he'd been sitting at that same desk longer than most people stay married.
The headline hit every feed the same morning. Unknown founder becomes billionaire overnight. He read it at the same desk where he'd spent 22 years building. He laughed, the kind that comes from somewhere deep and tired. Overnight, he whispered, that's a long night.
His name doesn't matter. Call him Marcus. Year one, he was 30, broke, running on black coffee and a blueprint nobody understood. He rented a windowless office above a laundromat and started building something that didn't have a market yet.
His oldest friend, call him David, watched from the safe side. Corner office, steady paycheck, good life. He called on a Friday night. Come back to the real world, man. This isn't a business. It's a fantasy.
Marcus didn't argue. He hung up, stared at the wall where he'd pinned his roadmap, arrows, scribbles, coffee stains, and got back to work. Conviction doesn't need permission. It just needs a wall to pin itself to.
Year 5. 3 failed product launches, 2 near bankruptcies, his savings gone, his girlfriend left, not dramatically, quietly. She just stopped believing it would work. The silence she left behind was worse than any argument.
Year 9. Marcus sat in his car outside the office at 2 a.m., engine running, forehead pressed against the steering wheel. He was done, not angry done, hollow done, the kind where you've simply run out.
That's when she showed up. Not famous, not wealthy. A retired operations manager named Clara who'd been renting the office next door for months. 67 years old. Silver hair, reading glasses, and the patience of someone who'd watched long games play out before.
She knocked on his door, handed him coffee, sat down without asking, then said 5 words that rearranged his entire architecture. You're not failing, you're compounding. She leaned forward. Every invisible year is load-bearing. Pull one out, the whole thing collapses.
That night Marcus made a choice, and it cost him everything comfortable. He called his last investor, asked for 1 more year, and traded his apartment to keep the lights on. He moved a cot next to the server rack. That cot became home.
Years 10 through 15. No headlines, no applause. Just Marcus, gray spreading through his stubble, dark circles deepening, solving problems no one knew existed, for a market that hadn't arrived yet. Brick by invisible brick. Here's what nobody tells you. Researchers studied companies the press labeled overnight successes. The average time from founding to breakthrough, 7 years. The preparation period wasn't the prologue to the real story. It was the real story. The launch was just the press release.
Year 18. David called again, same warmth, same gentle concern. 20 years, Marcus. When do you admit it's not coming? Marcus held the phone, looked at his wall of blueprints, and said nothing. Sometimes silence is the strongest answer a man can give.
Year 20. Something cracked open, not luck, but alignment. The market finally caught up to what Marcus had been building in the dark. Contracts appeared, then partnerships, then a number with so many zeros it stopped feeling like money and started feeling like time returned.
Year 22, the headline landed. Every podcast, every investor who'd said no, suddenly an expert on his meteoric rise. Marcus read the coverage at the same desk, in the same office, same man, different gravity.
David called that afternoon, genuinely warm. No jealousy, just an old friend, proud. I always knew you had something, Marcus, and the strangest part, he meant it. He'd rewritten his own memory so completely he believed every word.
Marcus hung up and understood something he'd missed for 2 decades. David was never the villain. He was the mirror, reflecting exactly how much Marcus was willing to endure without a single voice telling him he was right. The skeptic didn't slow him down. The skeptic showed him what he was made of.
So here's what this means for you right now, tonight, wherever you're grinding without applause. The silence isn't punishment, it's architecture. Every day no one notices is a day you're building something they can never take credit for. If you're in those invisible years right now, stay. The compound is working. If this is your tribe, subscribe. Long nights build what daylight only reveals. Subscribe to forge your iron mindset. the iron mindset.